Hey guys, it's me, Jake, from JakeMan21642. Today, I just wanted to bring you a super quick little review of this loaner car I've been playing around with all day. This is a 2020 Mercedes-Benz C300 4Matic. Just a little backstory. Took my E-Class into the dealership just for a basic B service and a recall, and just kind of wanted to have it looked over before I take it on a big road trip in a few weeks. So, car passed with flying colors, didn't need anything, and I had this to play around with for the day, and I know that's what all the cool kids love to do, is show off their luxury dealer experience and their luxury loaners, so thought it would be a wasted opportunity if I didn't at least grab a video of this. This is a 2020 C-Class. This is the C300, and this is a 4Matic model, which is actually a little rare in my area. This one's just finished off in a polar white exterior, very typical Mercedes. But this one, honestly, inside and out, is optioned very well. You can see it does have the AMG Sport package. It's usually these super cool looking wheels. You can see up front, they are riding on these garbage Conti Pro Contact SSR tires, but very nice looking wheels at least. They are 225, 45 R18s, so 18-inch alloys. You do have some cross-drilled rotors because you really got to cool that four-cylinder down. But all jokes aside, this is a super solid car. I think this is a great choice in its class. People may call this dated, but I think this platform has aged really well. And I'll admit it, as someone who spends their entire day around new Volvos, it's so nice to get in something that just feels like a car. I mean, this thing is super well built inside and out. I think it looks great. I think this body style will continue to age great. But it's still pretty analog. I mean, it's definitely got enough techie stuff to make it feel like a 2020, but still a very analog, very natural, very fun to drive car. I think this would easily, and I may be a little biased, but I think this would easily be my choice in this class. I mean, especially compared to a 3 Series. I think the S60 is solid competition, but once again, like I said, this is a little more analog, a little more normal feeling, and so much more fun to drive. So outside you can see on this one, I believe this is the upgraded lighting. Either way, they look awesome. I haven't driven it in the dark, but I'm sure they perform great at night. They have the very pretty LEDs. My favorite part too is, of course, being a 2020. This does have the newer diamond style front grille, which just looks so good on everything. Another thing I was impressed by too is these little vents right here on the bumper. These are actually functional, which is pretty impressive on what this is. But you can see everything follows through over here. You have some chrome trim around your belt line, of course. Your body colored chrome accented door handles. Intelligent entry, as you'd expect. And then typical Mercedes. Of course, you do have blind spot monitoring, your auto dimming mirrors outside. Sunroof up top, and then your radio antenna. And my favorite part too on the outside is the little diffuser. I believe that's part of the AMG package, but looks really good. You can see rear parking sensors as well, and then also your dual exhaust on the back. Go ahead, jump in this one and start it up. And I apologize if this video does feel rushed. My phone's about to die, and I need to pick up my car in the next like 20 minutes, so yeah. But inside, you can see this one does just have the black MBTEX interior. But that being said, every single person that has gotten in this car with me today thought this was real leather, but no, this is MBTEX. You can definitely tell. But that being said, you can see 10,000 miles is a loaner car, and other than some crumbs, there is not a speck of wear on this driver's seat, which is exactly why I love MBTEX. It just looks and feels great. Down here, of course, you do have your light-up Mercedes-Benz door sills, which I'm not going to take it off, but do still have the plastic on them. AMG floor mats, which I found a little comical with this one. And then probably my favorite part on the door right here, this one is equipped with the Burmeister audio system, which this alone is what's going to make me get another Mercedes. This audio system is incredible. But otherwise, we'll go ahead, jump in, start it up. Just foot on the brake and press your very pretty engine start button. Go ahead and close the door. And I mean, inside, everything is very typical C-Class. I mean, this is the same interior we've been looking at for like 5 or 6 years now. But that being said, they have updated it very nicely. And so you do get the kind of nice larger screen in your gauge cluster. Otherwise on the wheel, obviously your paddle shifters, and then this being the updated wheel, you do have these very neat little touch pads, which will kind of coincide with that display. And then this one right here will coincide with your command system in the middle. Definitely a little bit of a learning curve with this system, especially coming from the older command in my car. Once again, still super easy to use. Otherwise inside, I mean, it's very typical Mercedes. Everything in here is put together extremely tight, feels very nice, and it just looks so good. You can see up top, padding on the door. I mean, you have your wood grain around here, which is kind of your typical newer car open pour, but it still looks great. One thing I can't stand about these, and this kind of goes for all Mercedes models, is if you don't get cooled seats, which of course it's German, so good luck finding one that does have them optioned, you just get a massive blank button on the door. And I mean, when you're getting in this beautiful car with this beautiful interior and the first thing you see is a blank button, definitely a little bit of a disappointment. But I mean, otherwise, all padded material, metal, and then your wood grain. Like I said, the speakers for your Burmeister audio in this one as well. Down here, you have all four of your automatic windows, your power mirrors, power locks. Power mirrors, of course, are power folding as you'd expect in something like this. Storage down below, your trunk release, and then you do have your electronic parking brake over here. All of your lighting controls, everything like that, your rear fog light, a little bit of a card holder up there. I mean, rain sensing wipers, once again, something you would expect in this class at this point. Then you do get a power tilt and telescoping steering wheel. It is heated as well. Dashboard, all soft material. I believe you can option these to have leather all the way up here and everything like that. It still looks and feels very nice. Your screen in the middle, as I said, this is the updated command system from my car, which honestly, I'm not a fan of the way the interface looks, but it works very well. Super easy to use. I'm honestly not sure if this has Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, but it's a 2020, so I imagine it does. But super easy to use, all controlled by down here. Like I said, very traditional, which is kind of what I appreciate about this car. Unlike all the new Volvos, you still have real physical climate controls, which I will admit is half the reason I bought a Mercedes and not another Volvo. But everything right here, it's super easy to use. Everything's laid out really well. And just everything in here has such a satisfying, high quality feel to it. I mean, these vents, give you a little ASMR here. Just that click they make when they return to center. And then, of course, too, when you open and close them. Just everything is super solid and well-built feeling. Down below, do have two cup holders, your USB port, and then a wireless phone charger, which, typical of most wireless phone chargers, doesn't work with my iPhone 12. Back here, do have your volume, different power controls, auto start stop, which you should absolutely turn off and leave off. That's one of the things that definitely lets you know this is a dated platform. It is not exactly the smoothest. But back here, more of your aluminum trim, typical Mercedes with the split opening center console. Up top, you can see this one was optioned very well. It does have a black headliner, which gives it a nice clean look inside. Sunroof. And then all of your interior lighting controls, sunglasses container, things like that up top. Your auto-dimming rear view mirror right there. I mean, I know I keep saying it's what you'd expect from Mercedes, but as you would expect from Mercedes, it is a very nice place to be inside of this car. Inside the glove box, I just remembered, this one did include the original window sticker. So you can see 2020 C300 4Matic and all of your standard features, everything like that over there. And this one does have Polar White, the AMG Black MB Tex, your gray oak wood trim, which I really have to say, I love the way it looks. Then all of the options on this one, you have the 18-inch AMG wheels. This one is equipped with nav, your heated front seats, heated steering wheel, which I love how both of these are separate options as well. The inductive wireless charging and NFC pairing, I've not been able to get either of those to work. Then, of course, the rear spoiler, and then the AMG line, and Premium Package 1, which gives you the Burmeister stereo, which, as I said, is a must-have in any new Mercedes. You get all the cool disco lighting throughout the interior. I wish it was dark enough that I could show that. We were playing with it earlier. And your illuminated door sills, all of that for total price brand new of $49,475. And As someone who did not grow up around expensive cars, I feel crazy saying this, but that is not bad for what you get. And I mean, I'm not a regular Mercedes shopper, but I imagine since this is a rather dated platform, you can probably get a great deal, or at least a great lease deal on one of these, which I think this is a great car for. Check out the rest of it real quick. Like I said, and I know I have plenty of these on the channel, but I felt like it would be a wasted opportunity if I didn't at least give a little walk around. I love in videos like this, I can always obviously be a little more opinionated since it's not a car I'm trying to sell. Inside the back seat, everything follows through. All of your materials, you have the Burmeister speakers, your stitched leather. And I mean, for what it is, it's not bad. The front seat is about where I would sit. But once you get past this little hump in the middle, I can sit back here, no problem. But you do have your rear air vents, of course. You can open and close right there. Armrest in the center with storage and then cup holders up front. Yeah, I mean, not exactly a people hauler, but it is a car with a usable back seat. I would say it's definitely better than a A-Class or CLA. Inside of the trunk, which this actually impressed me earlier when I took a look at it. First of all, you do have a power trunk on this one, but inside, that is a nice amount of space. I would say that's probably the same size trunk as my E-Class. I mean, very nice. You get the little storage pockets on the sides. I'm sure this thing comes with an inflator kit. Yep, no real spare tire, but you have your cargo net, and it looks like a Mercedes branded lightning cable. Well, some other stuff down there. Go ahead and close that. Very nice, fast power trunk too. Typical Mercedes. Just walk up, press release that. And back seat from this side. Everything follows through. I have to say too, for a loaner car with 10,000 miles, this thing is actually in very nice shape. My local Mercedes dealer obviously takes care of their fleet. Everything follows through over here. Typical Mercedes little storage pocket down below. And up front, you can see your LED lighting, as I mentioned, which I'm sure probably works fantastic at night. And then under the hood on this one, you do have what is pretty much the gold standard for this class, a 2-liter turbo 4-cylinder. And as someone who went out of their way to buy a car that is not a 4-cylinder, I will admit this is not bad. I mean, for around town as a daily driver, I didn't really take this thing out on the highway much, but I've driven these. It's fine. It's all you need. And for the average person that's buying this, they're never going to think about it, and they're going to be happy with the gas mileage, which is exactly the point. But very smooth. I do appreciate the fact that it's a 4-cylinder and I can't really hear it. I mean, compared to a new S60, this thing is so quiet and smooth. The 9-speed definitely helps out a lot too. Kind of does short shift, but if you put it in sport mode, it'll take care of that. And I know I keep saying it, but more than enough. Driving it around town today, I really had no complaints at all, or never really had a moment where it felt underpowered. You can see I love this design. See the turbo right there. But I mean, yeah, I know this is kind of a quick but still rambly video, but I'm a fan of this car. I would have no problem driving this thing every day. Before I found the E-Class, which is something I never really pictured myself owning, I was kind of low-key looking at these, the C400s and 450s with the 3-liter turbo. I would love to have one of those. I would still love to have one of those. But I was kind of looking at those to replace my S60, and honestly, driving this around, I would have been just as happy in a 300. But as always, guys, any questions, comments, anything like that? I feel like this was kind of a rambly, pointless video because I did not plan for it at all. But any questions, comments, anything like that, drop them down below, and thanks for watching.